So, student, today we are going to understand about formation of trans-Himalayas and the formation of Himalayas, and today I'll give it in the basic form how these Himalayas and trans-Himalaya have been formed. But before getting into this, I'll have to see some basic idea about it. First, I have to say that there is two types of plate. One is a continental plate, which is thicker and less denser than oceanic plate. So if I say that this is oceanic plate, or we can say also oceanic lithosphere, and on the other hand there is, I said that this is thicker one is continental plate, or we can say continental lithosphere. These two different types of plates are, I said that, which is floating over asthenosphere, partial molten asthenosphere. So there is I said that partial molten asthenosphere is there. This is partial molten asthenosphere. So this is asthenosphere, and this partial molten asthenosphere, and these two continental plates and the oceanic plates are floating on it. And at the same time, if I say that the continental plate and oceanic plate is more denser. So when they will float, then the oceanic plate will put more pressure downward, and comparatively continental plate will be less pressure downward. So if I am talking about the two continental plates are converging or coming towards each other, both have the same density. It means they will put the same pressure on the asthenosphere, and when they are coming towards each other, so they are putting the same pressure, they will be at the same height above the asthenosphere, they will put, and I said that they will go for collision with each other. So they will collide. Another point, if I say that one continental plate is there, another is oceanic plate is there, then the continental and oceanic, though the oceanic plate is denser, it is thinner but it is denser, then it will put in a pressure downward in the asthenosphere more, and when they will come closer or converge towards each other, the denser oceanic plate, during the convergence it will subduct below. And when it will subduct below, again I said that subduct below, then during the subduction there will be some kind of a scratch material will come out, which is known as accretionary wedge sediment. So that idea I have given, that when I said that this first idea is perhaps it is clear. The second idea, if I am talking about when the two continental plates are, I said that converging towards each other, then they will collide. But on the other hand, if I said that I said that oceanic plate is there, which is thinner but it is more denser, then during the convergence with continental plate, then the denser oceanic plate is putting more pressure on the asthenosphere, so it will subduct below. And when it will subduct below, so at this point, due to the scratch, there will be some amount of, I said that some amount of material will come out, and this material will cause, which is an accretionary wedge sediment. It is considered as accretionary wedge sediment. It is considered as an accretionary wedge sediment. And at the same time, if I say from the continental plate side, the river will keep on depositing the sediments, and in this there will be a large amount of sediment has been deposited. So the another, I said the river deposited sediment over here, river deposited sediments. So, and these two sediments over here, this accretionary wedge and this river deposited sediments, together we can say as a geosyncline. We can say it as a geosyncline. Now if I say that if I have to see that how this geosyncline will have to see. I said that convert into the fold mountain. Before it, we'll have to see like if we can see that here it is continental plate one and oceanic plate is subducting below. I said that continental plate, so there will be, yes, which kind of sediments will be there, which kind of, the sediment will be of, first it is an accretionary wedge sediment which is due to the scratch. Here it is, when it is subducting below, below the less denser continental, this is, you know, that continental plate, and here it is, I said, oceanic plate. So there will be, I said that first which one will deposit due to the scratch, some amount of accretionary wedge sediment, and at the same time there will be some amount of, we can be able to see from the continental side there will be a river deposited sediment, from here the river is, from the continental side the river is depositing the sediments, and there will be some river deposited sediments. So few amount of accretionary wedge sediment and some large amount of what I said that we can be able to say like river deposited sediment, and these two sediments together known as geosyncline. Now perhaps this point must be clear to you, what is geosyncline, and it is also clear that when the one oceanic plate and one, I said that continental plates are converging, then the denser oceanic plate will go below less denser, denser oceanic plate will subduct below less denser continental plate, and then continental plate, and at the same time below the continental plate, when the oceanic plate is subducting, there will be some scratch, and that the scratch has caused accretionary wedge sediment, and from the continental side river along the coast, I said that coastal area keep on depositing sediment, and it is a very large amount of river deposited sediment. So we have got the two types of sediment, river deposited sediment and accretionary wedge sediment, and these two sediments together known as geosyncline. And further, when this oceanic plate will keep on moving inward, then it will cause a compressional force on the, I said that this geosyncline or deposited sediment, and what will happen due to this, when it is subducting much more below the, I said that continental plate, then this deposited sediment will buckle into fold mountain over here. So this is the basic idea for the fold mountain to be formed along the coastal areas, like you can be able to see in the Andes. Also you can be able to see the western part of South America Andes, and western part of, I said that North America Rockies mountain have been able to come into existence. But let us see like what happened in the for the, I said in case of around you can be able to say that in case of Trans Himalayas, there is 70 million years ago, I said one it is this side is Eurasian continental plate, on the other hand side there is an, I said that in the south there is an Indian plate, Indian Gondwana plate, and between this there is a Tethys Sea. And below Tethys Sea there is a Tethys oceanic plate, and it is this Indian Gondwana plate was moving northward, and when it is moving northward, then below there is also Tethys oceanic plate which is attached with Indian Gondwana plate, it is attached with the Indian Gondwana plate also moving northward. So which of the two plates are moving northward? Indian Gondwana plate and attached Tethys oceanic plate is moving northward. And in the north we have an Eurasian continental plate. The denser oceanic plate you can be able to see here. Then the denser oceanic plate, you can see here that denser oceanic plate, here it is Indian Gondwana plate which is moving northward, and attached the Tethys oceanic plate is also moving northward. And then there is in the north there is a Eurasian continental plate, here you can see. So denser oceanic plate is started subducting below, denser oceanic Tethys oceanic plate subducting below less denser Eurasian continental plate, and due to this there is a formation of scratch related, I said that scratch related some accretionary wave sediment, and at the same time from the continental side of Eurasian there is a large amount of river deposited sediment. These two sediments as in a geosyncline, and under the compressional force, when it is putting when this plate, Indian Gondwana plate and Tethys oceanic plate further moving northward, then it is, I said that due to the northward movement it has been buckled into, it has been this geosyncline, or it is in a soft sedimentary rocks which is along the coastal area. That is you can say that better to say geosyncline or river deposit sediment and accretionary wave sediment. These two sediments, I said, buckled into the fold mountain of, you can say that there is a Karakoram, Ladakh and Jaskar. And again there is I said that 4 deep, and again in this one there will be. So this way we can be able to see the formation of Trans Himalaya. Similarly we will have to see further the formation of Himalayas.